Welcome to another episode of Weird and Wonderful. Today we got a really special episode. We decided to get a guest on our show. It's our first ever guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Ratna and I am a fat activist in Malaysia. I also am a sustainability advocate and I talk about fashion and sustainability in the context of plus size fashion. So
So how long have you been doing this activist thing all for?
I think for about 7 years now.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, but more recently, in the past 3 years, I've been like more active in community and in Malaysia.
Okay, how did you get yourself into this line of work? Did it come as a calling, or did someone introduce you to these kind of things, or how did you got introduced to this community? How did you put yourself into this community?
So basically, I first started as I owned a company. And through the company, before the company, I actually learned about like plus size fashion. And then at that time, 7 years ago, there was a lot of talk about body positivity and embracing your body and all those things, body neutrality. So from there, I sort of learned and I expanded using the business also to sort of like understand what being plus size is and why body positivity is important. And then from there, I understood that body positivity is how you view your body, but fat liberation is the changing the systemic problems and how people view fat people. So it moved from something internalized to something outward. So it's no longer a personal goal about embracing my body,
Mm.
but more like what are fat people's rights in Malaysia?
Mm.
How do we champion those things?
So I know you just went about like to the states to attend a expo
It's
or
a conference.
conference, and then like would you say there's a big difference between an Asian culture when it comes to body positivity and US kind of that culture? Is it different or is it the same? Is it the same thing they're going through? We are going through the same thing, or is it completely different?
I think the challenges that people go through are pretty similar. Um, but you know, the problems that we face could be different from country to country, but the main challenges are the same, like accessibility, access to medical spaces. When you go to the doctor, your experience, whether in the US and in Malaysia, it's pretty much the same. So I would say it's similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today's theme is about fashion, food, tattoo, and activism. You have a lot of tattoos. My mom has zero tattoo. I think she inspires to have a lot more tattoos in the upcoming. I've talked about this in the previous episode. She was telling she wants more tattoos in her arm. Like every mountain she climbs, she wants to get a tattoo in there.
No, I'm thinking of that, but when I see is tattoo painful, getting the tattoo painful.
I've been told that I have a very high tolerance for
Mm.
tattoos.
Oh, a high tolerance level to pain.
To pain. Yeah.
Pain is
to
pleasure.
pain, sorry.
For me, I have a high tolerance level to pain.
Yeah, I mean, if you've given birth, then I think
It's
this is nothing.
tattoo is the pain of the tattoo is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Yes, I do.
When did you get your first tattoo?
Um, I was 19 when I got my first tattoo.
Mm.
I mean, I like the art. I like how I look in it.
I think tattoo is beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
But I mean, did you get any opposition or did you have to hide? Like most of the people I know, they hide the tattoo.
Like I know a lot of, especially when it comes to Indian household, I still have friends that they hide their tattoo. They wear long sleeve shirt at home. they make sure they don't get caught or anything.
But
Have you-
so I noticed some of them have their mother's name and all that. I don't know why they do that. Maybe because they want to like, okay,
Yeah.
please,
Just like
okay, I got a tattoo.
get your mother's name so she's not going to complain, But if you're young, of course you have to sort of like,
Mm,
I don't know, you can do whatever you want with your body, right? It's
Yeah.
your body, but it's stigmatization,
yeah.
right? Like
I'm thinking of a tattoo, but I don't know where.
I would choose something that's the fleshiest part of your body
Mhm.
because then you don't feel so much pain.
Mm-mm.
Um, but I also like, when you talk about tattoos, right? We also have to remember that it's cultural.
Oh
Tattoos are
yes.
cultural, right? Like I have a column tattoo, and when I realized that, oh, actually, like it is part of our culture to actually have tattoos. My grandmother had tattoos,
Because I
not your
remember,
mother, of course.
no,
But
no, my mother didn't have.
yeah,
But I still remember in the estate, there were ladies who had tattoos.
Yeah.
That was like ages ago. And they always say, but most of the tattoos were names.
yeah, they like my grandfather had like his best friend's name and his mom's name,
Ah,
and then like they will have initials, right?
Yeah.
Or like column
yeah,
and like
yeah, yeah.
whatever lah.
They enjoyed. I remember seeing the lady with the name. I didn't realize what the name was. Probably maybe a husband or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, husband or friend,
And it was always in Tamil. Imagine.
always in Tamil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you actually share the significance behind one of your tattoo and the story of how you got it? Your first tattoo. I'm pretty sure that will stand out the most.
Actually, it's the worst tattoo that I
Ah.
could think of, because I was 19 when I got it.
Ah.
I just wanted to get a tattoo.
I just want to know, do you hide it?
Of course. I hid it, but I hid it for like a few months, I think. And then when I told my mom, she was like crying, like, how could you do this to your body and everything? But after that, I was like, okay.
I want to know
tried with
what
one-
was your response to her, her statement.
I mean, it's a tattoo. Like,
Hmm.
what have I done? It's not bad, like your father had tattoos, your grandmother had tattoos. Like, it's okay for me to have a tattoo. But it's conditioning at that time.
Mm-mm.
20 years ago, tattoos were seen as taboo, right? Like women were not allowed to have tattoos. It
I think you were
seems
very
like
brave.
gangsterism.
You were very brave to have done that. What made you like
Do it.
do it?
I mean, my whole life I've just been doing things that are different. So that was just one part of it, like. But I remember my dad telling me, like, you look like a gangster. Like, why do you have all these piercings? Why do you have all these tattoos? And then I'm like, I don't know. I just like
Which
it.
started first, the piercing or the tattoo?
Piercings. Yeah,
Mm.
that's like
Even why you go so far, even for when my nose piercing, my mom she didn't like the fact that I had a nose piercing. I told her, like, I'm going to get a nose piercing. Then she was like, no, you cannot, you can. And then one day I just did it and came, she was damn
No,
cheap.
no, it's because when I did the nose piercing, it didn't look nice to me.
I didn't know you had one.
Then I removed it because I thought, it doesn't look nice. Then I had my ear, the other side pierced. I didn't know, I took it off.
Mm.
So I thought maybe you won't look good, but he seems to carry it well.
But also it's choice, right? Like
It's
your body. You do
yeah,
what you
Yeah.
want.
it's a thing that I always wanted to try.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did the eyebrow piercing. That also, she didn't talk to me for about 2 weeks after
Wow.
that. Then only she was like, okay, it looks good on you actually, yeah. And like, yeah, I've been
But
telling
now
you
I'm
that.
thinking of getting pierced, put a star here or something like that. I'm thinking of, but I don't know yet.
I mean, we can go together.
All right, let's go to the next topic of fashion. Like, I want to know more of your type of fashion. What is the story behind your favorite piece of clothing and how does it reflect your personal style? Because I see you as a kind of person that have very good fashion kind of stance, and you actually open your own company that dedicated to fashion. So I'm pretty sure you have a lot of knowledge in those kind of things. So what is your story behind your favorite piece?
I think like who do I have a favorite? I have many favorite
Mm.
pieces. But I think what has shifted for me is the meaning behind the clothes, right? Like in the past, I used to always want to buy things because I feel like I need to look a certain way for people. Like then only they respect me. Like they think that I'm good enough because I'm fashionable or I am stylish or whatever that they perceive of me. I thought that was important, right? But throughout the years, in the past, like after the like when COVID started happening and when we had to live at home, and then I can't go out and I can't wear nice clothes. So
Mm-mm.
then how do people perceive me, right? I perceive myself, right? So whether or not I wear nice clothes, I'm still me, right? So for me, I've learned that I don't really have a huge attachment to like very fashionable pieces, but what I really enjoy is maybe something I might have found in a thrift store, or like a shirt that my friend has given me, or like this time when I went home, I got like my appa gave me like 30 ties. I took like 30 ties from him, and I got like a shirt and a jippa from him. And I'm like, yeah, these are the things that I'll remember. Like party sari, for example. Those
Mm-mm.
things are like things that I keep and I cherish, right? Because
The
they hold
memories.
they hold memories. You remember that they have
Mm.
won something, and you remember that. It's a way to like honor them also. Yeah. So I
Hmm.
don't have one favorite piece. I have
But
many.
what is your favorite? What is your story and your favorite clothing?
For
I'm
me,
yeah.
clothing is, I just go to the shop, I see which one suits me.
Hmm.
And like nowadays, like if I want something, the place I know, I just go and see, I buy it and see it suits me, I get it. And sometimes people say, hey, you don't look nice in this. Like, I say, no.
Have anyone actually like shamed you for telling you like, hey, this one doesn't look nice on you. You should change this. Has
No,
anyone
like yeah,
told
yeah.
you this before?
People have
Really?
said like
Yeah.
sometimes, and I said no. I like it. I like the color. I like
Mm.
the way I look in it. It's
So
my choice.
so how
Mm.
how did that people told you? Did they
Yeah.
come it as an insulting kind of way, or did they tell you like a
Uh,
sarcastic manner telling?
But who are these people? I want to know. Sorry.
sorry, some people who are
Uh,
close to me, they say, "Hey, you don't look nice in this." But nowadays, I feel I am not bothered what they say. I just wear what I like. I don't have a particular piece of clothing or what, but I just like what I wear. What I choose, I just wear it. Looks nice on me. If I think it looks nice, I don't need anyone to like compliment me. So I just wear it.
Yeah.
Like if they don't like it, they don't like it, but I like it.
that's in the end, I think that's all it matters.
Yes.
Mm.
Mm.
Have you encountered like this kind of problem before? Like people start advising you, telling you like, "Hey, this one doesn't look nice on you. I think this would look actually nice on you," and then they just suggest new things on you.
Yeah.
But sometimes I always thought I never had the sense of clothing, what to wear and the color and all that. I always thought that, I didn't have that. Like, because I like the way you dress sometimes. Gretna looks nice. She knows how to like adjust the clothing and I mean, the color coordination and all that. But now I feel, hey, I go to the shop, I say, I like this. I just buy it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me.
I think
Mm.
you have a very good style. Like
Mm.
I think style is authentic to you. You shouldn't be dressing something that wearing clothes that are like you want to look like someone else.
Yes.
That's not like
Mm.
authentic, right? So I feel like
Mm.
as long as you're dressing up like what you say, you go to a shop, you see something you like.
Mm.
This is what I want to wear.
But
And
anyway, I don't dress up to my age. I dress whatever I want to wear. I just wear.
I really don't believe in that.
So
I
for
really
me,
hate
yeah,
that.
for
Yeah.
me now is if I want to wear a short skirt, I just wear it. I
Good
don't
for you.
care.
Atta, I'm
like-
just waiting to take you to the tattoo shop. You get a couple of tattoos and a
I
piercing.
think I'm thinking of one piercing here because I still remember when I went to UK last time with Pushpa. I told her, hey, I want to get a star here. When I smile, I want. No. I said I want to get a star on my dimple. When I smile, you can see the dimple. And she said, no, you cannot do that. We came here together. We cannot do that. I was thinking, why didn't I get this ages ago?
What a waste. But you can get it done here.
It's not too late now.
It's not too late.
Yeah, moving forward, we'll go to a topic that we all love. I think it's about food. So, like, if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? We'll start off with
Oh, if I want to eat, it'll be curry meat.
Wow.
I'll be swimming in curry meat. I'll be sleeping in curry meat. I love curry meat.
where did that love came from? Like, how did you discover that
I
curry
think
meat is my
since,
one?
I don't know. I always loved curry meat, even when I was young.
I think this is the northern part of Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then after that, when I came to KL, like no, northern part, I didn't. We had mostly char kway teow. not
Oh,
curry
yeah,
mee.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Or
char kway
laksa.
teow. No, laksa was not my favorite. But curry mee was the one, like a fascination with me. Even now, I know where the best curry mee. Earlier, it was non-vegetarian curry mee because I know where was that best one. After that, it is now vegetarian curry mee. I know where is the best one. So sometimes when you go out to eat, I will like, this one is out. This is not good. Then we know where is the best one. I love curry mee.
So, are you going to share where the best vegetarian curry mee is
There's
for you?
quite a few
Top
vegetarian shop.
one.
The other one we did was what vegetarian shop we went the other
Which
day?
one? Huh?
The Hainanese.
Oh, in Puchong.
In
There's a
Puchong we went.
Hainanese
Another one
place.
is the Giant Bowl. Curry
Oh,
mee is good,
I
but
don't like Giant
some
Bowl.
curry mee is out. They don't know how to make it.
Yeah.
So when I like it, I like to eat. What about you?
You want to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I think mine is very, very simple. I like rice, cabbage paratal.
Keeping it a South Indian
I'm
cuisine alive.
too Tamil for this. And a rasam and maybe like a
Appalam.
appalam can or don't have also can, but like maybe like a sardine something
Ah.
or like a fried ikan bilis or fried egg, something like that.
Just the simple home cooked food
Yeah,
kind of vibes going
yeah.
on. Yeah, okay.
It's because I don't make that for myself, right? Then when I go home, I really want to eat what my mom makes, right?
Lucky I don't make curry mee. If not, I'll be making it.
Imagine you just make that every day and
Yeah,
eat,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah.
The next question I wanted to ask about this is like, what's your approach to balancing indulgence and health in your diet? Can start with you.
We can start with
Yeah.
me because I got a lot of things to say about it.
Yes, please.
But I don't. So, because I've learned about fat liberation and body positivity, I don't believe that. It's not don't believe. I don't practice condemning food. I don't think there is moral values attached to food. It's diet culture, it's the medical industry that wants you to believe that there are certain food that's bad. But that's a very long conversation. 1 hour is not going to be enough. So I don't have cheat meals. I don't have like indulgences and versus food to non-indulge in. If I want to eat something, I eat it. But that doesn't mean that I eat, like people would assume if they look at me, they would think that I eat 10 burgers every day because that's what people say on the internet. They'll be like, oh, they look like they eat 50 burgers a day or some nonsense like that. And even if I did, that's not wrong. That's me. And it's between me and my body. So I don't believe in that. I just eat whatever I want and whatever I can afford also. So yeah.
How about you?
As you can see, I'm very particular about the food I eat. I mean, no offense to anyone. Like, if for me, if there's no food, I'm okay with it. Like, even if I go anywhere and they say there's no vegetarian food, I said no issues. I'm okay with it. I'm not like I want food. Like, if I enjoy food, yes, maybe one meal a day. I restrict my food. So it's like nothing to do with eating and overeating. Like, if I can have the food, I eat. If I don't have, like, Prithu would tell me I'm very depressing when he asks me, like, what do you want to eat? Whatever. So I'm not like very particular of what I eat. But they like curry mee, yes.
Hmm.
If I eat curry mee, if I eat curry mee, then maybe I will exercise more. It's something like that. For me, that food is important, but not that I have to eat it every day and all that. I restrict myself.
So
with food.
when do you say I can eat this and I can eat the healthy stuff together? When do you give yourself a cheat meal for example, a cheat? Do you give yourself a cheat meal? How do you balance between healthy and indulgence at the same time?
I really balance it very well because
Because she's eating one meal a day.
like if I don't give myself any cheat days. If I give cheat days, then I'll make sure I complement it with exercise.
Mm.
like now I'm not exercising because of my arms. So I make sure I keep it. I I'm very careful with the diet. Like okay, you're not supposed to eat so much now because you're not exercising. I don't know. I For me the food and exercise goes together. I feel like that. But earlier on, no. I will eat the comfort food was very important to me. Now there's like okay, I restrict myself on that. But anyone can do what they like. But for me, it's that important. I feel it's. I'm very particular with what I eat and how I eat it also.
Mm. All right. So speaking about that, we're going through the same thing. Speaking about that, let's move on to a bit of body positivity. A bit like, what does this concept mean to you? And how do you practice it in your daily life? You can start first if you want.
For me, body positivity is your choice. Like you take care of your body, how you take care of your body through exercise, food, and all that. But I don't tell others how you should live. If someone wants to take care, you have to take care and make sure you balance your life. I feel like that.
How about you?
I mean, I think the concept of body positivity is exactly what Atta says, right? Like um, you are okay with where you are with your body, and you don't condemn other people for what they choose to do with their bodies. But to expand further, I feel like a lot of people have this like misconception about body positivity, or people who practice it by saying that, especially if they are fat, they will say, I mean, the other person, like if I'm fat and I say I'm body positive, or I'm a fat liberationist, they think that, oh, so you want everybody to be fat, so you want everyone to just not exercise or not eat whatever, and that's not true. Like it just means that right now, where I am with my body, I am okay. I may choose to exercise, I may choose to eat certain food that's deemed as healthy, and that's all okay. And even if I don't, it's still okay. So that is what body positivity means. I've moved from body positivity. I am a fat liberationist, which means that I want to make sure that fat people have this
All the
the
rights.
kind of rights that other people have, and
Mm.
you may wonder like what kind of rights fat people don't have. They still are here, you exist.
Yes.
Like one great example is the chairs that we sit on. You think about whether if somebody that is like me, can I sit on this chair? And that's this simple kind of things that don't exist in Malaysia or in other parts of the world too. So I've moved from body positivity to fat liberation, but it started out from body positivity. Yeah.
Like for me, I always feel never judge anyone. Don't be judgmental. We don't know what the person is going through. We don't know.
True.
So
True.
never be judgmental of anyone.
And I think a lot of people think that being fat is a choice. Like
Mhm.
I chose to be fat, that I can be not fat if I go and
Yes, true.
exercise.
Yeah.
And if I eat, yeah, sure. I will not, I may be less fat, but I will still be fat because most people from my family are fat.
Mm-mm.
It's genetic predisposition that I am fat.
Okay.
Like there might be one or two people in the family that are not fat, but it comes because they are doing certain things. If
Yes,
you
true.
don't do those things, you may still be fat. So still, it's like, what do you want? Like, I don't want to put myself through that. Like, I feel like I'm okay. Like, but again, this video may get a lot of comments
Yeah.
Oh,
about
definitely.
the choice of being fat, but I did not choose this. This is the body that I was given. So please moderate your comments.
So do you, when you say you chose not to be fat, so do you regret those kind of decisions? Do you want to change your views in different kind of things, or are you feeling happy in the state where you are now?
I've never been happier. I cannot live like And this is like why people don't understand why people choose to ditch this diet culture. In my 20s, I have my like diary where I write.
Mm-mm.
I would start off the year by saying how much kilograms I'm going to lose.
That's what everyone does when,
You know,
yeah,
The new
when
year
the new
is
year.
coming. Now it's December. People are going to
Yeah.
start, right?
Yeah.
By June, I'm going to be 70 kgs or whatever kgs, right? And I will write down these laid out like plans of like over exercising, over being so nitpicky about the foods that I was eating. I was eating way below the calorie levels that I needed. I was so unhappy because it was years and years of doing that to myself, years and years of people telling me that I needed to lose weight, starting from the age of 10. It didn't start when I was 15, it started when I was 10. I have not been happier because now I say, this is my body. None of you get to tell me what to do with my body, what to eat, how to dress,
Oh, yes.
but also that I am not in a prison in my head anymore, that I have to do certain things to look a certain way.
You have liberated yourself. You do what you like.
So how do you, like, when you said a lot of people were telling you what to do and how to do, how do you navigate those challenge in the beauty standards in your in work or personal life? I bet there's a lot of people coming and telling you, like we were talking just now, like a lot of people could be commenting. But how do you navigate? Like there's a lot of people you've been hearing this from the age of 10. Like a lot of people probably will be guessing how to do. Would you have any advice to them? How do you navigate themselves from in social or workplace environment?
It's very difficult. It's really difficult to navigate like social spaces, especially if it's work related, because you can't really take yourself out from that situation, right? There are people coming to office and like they'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm so fat," and then you see them and they are like 50 kgs, and then I'm sitting there and like I am actually fat. You cannot feel fat if you are not fat. That's just what it is. Are you fat or not? There's no feeling fat. And I want to fight every time I hear something someone says, but I cannot because
I think that's the perception. I still remember when I was in my 20s, I thought I was big. And then when I look at my photographs then, I was like, oh my God, I was perfect.
yeah,
But I never realized that it's okay how you look.
yeah. But
Mm.
also people have this idea, as long as you don't fit like a
Mm.
certain category of size,
Yes.
you're considered fat. And yeah, it may be true. Culturally, it could be true, but the issues that you face is different. So it's
Yeah.
important to like see that also. For me, a lot of my friends are people that I consider safe,
Mhm.
and they are informed. They know the issues that I face. So I spend a lot of time with people who know about the challenges that I have, and they don't really talk about diet stuff or like body image issues in front of me. Or even if we do, it's very like we
Subtle.
it no we talk about it. We're like, hey, I'm going to talk about this thing of how I feel about my body. It may come across as offensive or whatever. Like, are you okay? Can we discuss this? And then we talk about it. It's not like in lunchtime, suddenly somebody comes and says, oh my God, Ratna, like, oh, second plate already you're eating. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-mm.
but I also have to say, because of the way I look, a lot of
They
people,
think like that.
yeah, they think like that, one, but they don't really dare tell me anything because I'm always like, ready. You want to fight? I'm ready to fight.
So
Um,
where do you draw the line on, like, okay, this is getting unhealthy? Where do you have a line that it is telling, okay, this is unhealthy, I have to change up certain things of how I'm living? Do you have the line, or do you just carry on and go on with your whole thing going on like that?
but what is healthy and unhealthy?
So healthy is like when there's something involving health, respiratory system, anything that condemns health. So do you have a line? I'm just asking like that. Do you
It-
have or not?
So basically, I could go into the doctor now
Mm.
and I'm going to say that I have a headache.
Okay.
And he's going to tell me, or they are any gender that doctor is, they're going to tell me that it's because I'm fat.
Mm.
So then what is health? Because the mere fact that I exist is wrong. Anything that I face now,
It's because
it could
of,
be a cold,
Mm.
and it's because I'm fat. So what is that line?
Mm.
Who is so? But why is health so important? What about people who are disabled? Do they choose their disability?
Mm.
What about people with chronic illnesses? Did they choose to be unhealthy or not unhealthy, but did they choose their disease, their illness? They didn't.
Like for me, food you consume is important. I mean, no offense. Like I'm very particular of what I eat. Now, I mean, for the past few years, like I don't indulge in a lot of things, but I enjoy food. I love food, but
So,
I keep as a boundary for me.
okay.
This is what I shouldn't eat, and after 7, I don't eat.
Okay.
Even
so,
if it's offered in a platter like also it's appetizing, I said no, thank you so much. So that I don't have many people calling me out for dinner nowadays.
but also then when you say like that,
Mm,
right? What is the boundary?
Mm,
But what makes you think that I don't have a boundary?
Mm.
What makes you think that
mm.
when you look at me that I'm just eating chocolates
Mm.
and
Oh, I know.
hamburgers
For your
and ice
information,
cream?
I love chocolates.
Yeah,
But
I don't like chocolates. People think and look at me and like, oh, you must be eating like chocolates and drinking milkshake and you don't drink any water.
Oh,
You don't know I've been vegetarian for like 20 years of my life.
Mm,
Not saying that that is an important
Yes.
factor or whatever, but
mm.
when you look at someone, you cannot tell
Mm.
what they eat. You cannot tell their health by looking at someone.
Yeah.
That's why I think it goes back to what she said. Like, I don't think we should be the first one to judge people because we don't know what's going on with them, what demons they are facing, what they are going through, and
Yeah.
all. We should just accept who they're for them, who they are, and just move on in life. That's all I feel it should go to those kind of things. But when you say what makes you think what's your boundary? What is a boundary, if I may ask?
Why do
I
you
don't-
care
I
about
just-
my boundary?
So because I want something to compare to give people that because my next question is going to be like what kind of advice would you give someone struggling to accept their body? So I want
Okay, so I think that when you ask me what's my boundary,
Mm.
right? To me, and correct me if I'm
Mm.
wrong, it sounds like as if you're asking me at which point you realize that this fatness is enough for you.
no, because for me I
Is
want
that the question?
no I want someone to so like when you say your thing someone would have watching want them to relate. So I have that same boundary. So I'm not alone. I don't want my audience to feel they're alone. I want them something to relate. That's
Okay.
why we have a lot of people. We are bringing different type of guests. I want them to feel not alone. So
Okay.
that's why I ask. Eventually, I'm going to ask what is your advice to give someone that's struggling to accept their own bodies and all.
By bodies, any bodies, yeah,
Any bodies,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
I'm not angry by
Anyway,
that.
that's it lah.
I'm just like that's just how I'm very passionate. I think when you talk about your body, we all have something that we maybe find difficult to accept about our bodies. I think to question why those things are difficult, right? Like
Mm.
if you talk about being fat, what makes being fat difficult? The big question is access, because then it's hard to find clothes, it's hard to go to the doctor, it's hard to find help. Those things are like the big picture, right? But you yourself understand that, and this is like very historical and deep. Beauty standards are created by the white man. It's a colonial idea. So you have to understand that even when you watch a Tamil movie, for example, what are they showing you? They are showing you fair skin. They are
Slim.
showing slim bodies. That's not all of us. Not all Tamil people look like that, or not all South Indian people look like that, right? But this is conditioning. Then the white man comes in and tells you that this is beautiful to have this kind of nose, this kind of body, this kind of hair. So you understand and put yourself there. And you see, hey, wait a minute, I don't look like any of these people. And who are the people I look like? Oh, actually, I look like my auntie. Actually, I look like my grandmother, and really, I do look like my grandmother.
Which side of the?
Oh, yeah, I look like Patti, I think, And then when I look at Patti's grandmother, mother, and I'm like, I actually really look like her because she was a fat person, right? Because those things are important. You don't need to look like what the magazines are telling you to look like.
I think we were conditioned to
Definitely.
look like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the models look like that. And I mean, like few years ago, like ages ago, like we only saw like that.
Yeah.
Even the advertisements.
All. Everything was showing white people,
Yeah.
skinny people, and they exist. But you don't have to look like them, you know?
Yeah. It's your choice.
It's your choice. Who you are is what you are, and that's what you give. Those are the cards that you're given. If you want to exercise, that's your
Yes.
option. If you want to eat healthy, that's you. That's on you. But know that there is a space for other bodies. That other bodies, it's not wrong to be fat. It's not wrong to be dark skinned. And people don't talk about it here, right? Like people are like, oh my God, don't be like, how can you be okay with being dark skinned? This is not me, but like
Yeah.
my friends, right?
Like I mean, you always get commented, hey, this one is a bit color is not.
Color konjam kammi. I've heard it. I've heard people
Yeah.
say this
Oh,
to
I have
Yogi. You, for sure.
Because I still remember my auntie used to come. And then she'll look at my mother and say, how come your daughter is color kammi? And you're doing anything about it? So my mother will take yogurt and lime and put it all over my face. I used to hate it. And then she'll say, because your color is... because my mother was very fair. So she will tell, oh, you have to be fair. I said, no. Later I realized I don't even like the feel of yogurt and lime on my face. Slimy.
Yeah. And like it's so annoying. Why must you change yourself? For whom?
That's the
For
thing.
what?
Conception of
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
That's the thing.
So I feel like you need to follow people who look similar to you.
Yeah.
Listen to other people that are not just from the same group of people, like fair skin, skinny, able-bodied, like there are other people. Like for me, I always want to learn about disability people, like people who are disabled, like because I want to learn. But I also want to expand. There are other people, not
Yes.
just who look like me. There are also people who are darker skinned than me. Those people, like learn from different people.
Is that where your activism going? Is that your journey is going towards now?
Yeah, I feel like with my activism, I really, really want to work on like policies. In some, I don't know if I can do it in my lifetime. But I hope that at some point we get like maybe anti-discriminatory laws for people who are fat and disabled.
Is there a policy like this exist in anywhere around the world?
In the US, yes.
How does that work?
What does it look like? So in the US, they recently like passed a legislation where you cannot discriminate someone based on their size and height or like those few factors. If you're going to rent a property, if you're going into a shop, you cannot discriminate someone. And a few like basically you just can't discriminate someone based on their size and height.
If so, what would happen if someone discriminate? How would they take?
You can take it to court, basically.
Okay.
That's what you can do.
But in
So you
Malaysia, we don't have any such
We don't
thing.
have. So, like example, like you want to rent a house, and then somebody says, "You are in Malaysia." It happens, right? Like
Yes.
they don't want to rent to Indian people, right? So there they are like, okay, you can't use the racism law because racism is so like in the laws it's so there, right? So it's I mean it's very practiced. It's been there, but for this kind of things, you cannot say that I'm not going to rent this house to you because of your size. Then you can say, okay, that's
Yeah.
illegal
Yes.
and I'm going to take you to court. Basically, that's how it works.
Okay.
Like in UK, I just saw like somebody is squatting in your house and nobody comes to the house for like
Yeah.
few years. The house is yours.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just read about somebody who took over the house because I think about 7 years, the owner never came back.
They
So the
have
house
a-
is yours.
Yeah.
I think in Malaysia, I'm sure there are a lot of abandoned houses like that.
I'm going to go and find one to stay.
So like I'm assuming like I'm not assume I know Malaysia is a very hard place to start this kind of activism. So how do you stay motivated and hopeful in the face of challenges and setbacks?
I think for me, what keeps me hopeful is
Before that, are you
yeah,
a one-man
sorry.
team or
No, we have we have 4 people in our
okay?
team. We have like one advisory person. We have 4 people. It's me, it's my teammates Fariza, Dorian and Kirath. Kirath is not here at the moment, but it's the 4 of us
Okay.
doing this. We have a small community, about 30 active people on like WhatsApp group. But we have an Instagram following, and we've been like interviewed by the Star recently. So they are also. I mean, like I'm. It's not important to be validated by media, but it's important because people need to know about the cause, right? So we've also worked on some projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? How do you stay motivated as a team and hopeful in the face of challenges or setbacks?
I don't want another person to go through what I go through. That's it. I don't want the next generation of people to feel like they go to university and they cannot sit in a chair because it is too small. They go to the doctor, and for years, the doctor is telling them, you are fat, you need to lose weight, and then realize it's cancer. Hey, welcome after many years.
Like they don't like find the root
No.
cause.
They don't.
They just see
Your fatness. You are fat, you need to lose weight. But underlying, there's something there,
yes.
So there's so many people who actually have gone through this because of neglect. Because the first thing they say is you need to lose weight. I hope that another person just does not have to go through this. But I want a time, and I hope that this is not just my only dream. It's many dream of liberation is that all people are treated with the same dignity and respect, right? Because everything is interconnected. Racism, fat phobia, um, what else? All oppression is when you oppress one group of people, you're oppressing other. Everybody else stays oppressed. So for me, that keeps me going, lah.
I think that's a really good thing. How you stay motivated. You're doing it because of them. Everything you are doing is just for them, and you just don't help. You just don't want them to go through whatever you are going through. Yeah.
But also for me, lah, because
Yeah.
like I also want to sit in a place that's comfortable,
Understand.
Yeah.
So we are entering the closing part of our show. 2 questions for both of y'all. I'll start with Auntie, Madam Auntie. Looking back over your journey so far, what would you have say has been the most valuable lesson you learned both personally and professionally?
For me, it's like I'm living the life now. I've learned so many things. Now I regret why I didn't do it earlier, which I could have, but I didn't. But now the whole world is like open to me. I can do whatever I like. I don't have to worry about what other people are thinking. Like last time, I used to think, "Oh my God, if I do this, what will other people think?"
What will the 4 people
Four
say?
people remember.
Yeah, we had a show
it's
talking
from
about
that
that.
episode, yeah.
Especially the Nalu Peru.
Yeah.
Because I remember the Nalu Peru thing, like nobody's. I think what the 4 people now is for me is the whole world is mine. I do whatever I like. I go wherever I want. I don't need like somebody to hold me back. If I want to do something, it's open for me. I want to do it, I do it. And I'm happy about it. I think for me, this is the best time. It's age doesn't matter, nothing matters. I do what I like.
I think also like to me, like seeing you do these things, like I feel like how do I say this? Motherhood and like being married like robs you of the time to actually do things that you want. Yes, you could have done it then 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you could have. But it would have been a bit harder
Difficult.
also.
Like motherhood and bringing up children, I enjoyed it. I had the best time with them. But,
But
now
it's
it's
your
a
time
different.
also, like,
But now it's a different ball game altogether.
yeah.
Like I just love life now. I love doing what I like, and I live the life.
Mm.
Which sometimes my friends ask me, "Hey, what are you doing now? Which mountain are you climbing?" I said I didn't climb any yet now for the time being, but I feel I have like enjoying the life which gives me pleasure, and I do it. I think which is what everyone should do.
Mm. Okay, so I think that's a very beautiful closing statement from you. And then one last closing statement to you. If you could send a message to yourself 10 years ago, what kind of advice would you give, and what do you hope tell your future self 10 years from now?
Oh, my future self and my
Yeah.
past self.
For future self and past self.
To my future self, I'm excited to see you. I'm really excited to grow old. I hope I get the privilege and the I hope I get the privilege to live to that age in the next 10 years. Because according to all the trolls, I will be dead by the time I'm
Mm.
40 or 30. Sometimes they say I'm 42.
I wonder why. Do you read the comments when people
I
leave?
always read the comments.
Does it give you a heartache when you see some bad comments?
Sometimes it affects me, but most times, like these people, I don't even know them really.
Mm.
They always say I'm going to die at 30, not knowing that I'm 42 years old. If they know I'm 42 years old, they'll say that I'm going to die at 50. So in 50, I'll see them. They'll also tell me the same thing, another 10 years, right? But I hope I get to live till whatever age that, the life has decided for me. So I'm excited to meet them because um, I really like growing older. I think that and I don't know if it's the same experience for you, but when I was like turning 30, I was so scared of becoming 30. So 32 would be 10 years ago,
Mm.
right? For me.
Yeah.
I was so afraid of being 30. I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? Like, is everything going to change? Are people not going to like me? Like, am I not going to ever go on dates? Or because that was like, I'm single, right? Like, not unmarried.
Mm.
So I'm like, are people going to still find me attractive? Like, what's going to happen? Like, am I still going to like life? Am I just going to be like, I hate life or whatever? Um, I think just to enjoy that process
Mm.
and not to like, I don't need to rush to do anything. Like I wish I just slowed down a little bit because did have I had like a really amazing from 32 to 42. I've had some really interesting like journeys in my life, and I just wish I'd taken it a bit slower,
Mm.
but I'm excited for the future. I get to still live life as myself.
Are you still on the roller coaster
What roller coaster?
of life?
Very much. Sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why did I decide to sign up for this course? Or why did I choose to open a business and also do work at the same time and take care of 3 cats? And like, but it's okay. I just get through this and we'll see what happens next.
I think that's a very beautiful piece from your closing statement. I think to conclude everything, I think everyone shouldn't be too fast to judge anything that a person do. Yeah, everyone should just live. They should just live on their own, not live on their own, just live doing things what they like. Just go on, do things for other people, just have a positive mindset and go through in life. Just enjoy life as a
Yes.
life. Don't take life too hard. Just go on, do what you like, do what you want, don't judge other people, do things that you like, and just go on. I think with that, I would like to conclude this episode. Thank you, Ratna, for being in this episode. Our first guest. It's a milestone for us to we are starting to invite more guests and all. And because I think we are both tired to talking to each other already, so we decided to bring a new guest. So till then, till the next episode, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.